আজকে দুজন সাংবাদিককে বম্বে বেসড নিউজ পেপার তাদেরকে কালকে রাত্রে পুলিশ অ্যারেস্ট করেছিল করিমগঞ্জ। কোন নাইট তাদেরকে রাস্তা দিয়ে নিয়ে এসে ভোরবেলা এখানে এসে আজকে গুলি করেছে।
Two women journalists reporting on recent instances of alleged religious vandalism in Tripura were detained by the Assam police at Neelam Bazar in Karimganj district of Assam. Who are the two journalists and why were they arrested?
These two journalists were, traveling for 3 days, 3 days till 14th of, November, where they covered these areas. They were reporting on these cases of religious vandalism and attacks, alleged attacks on certain religious institutions, the minority religious institutions, which came in news in the last several weeks. So, according to Samriddhi, Sakunia and Swarna, there were these attacks on these religious institutions, and one of these cases that they presented on their social media posts is that a prayer house of a mosque at Darga Bazar, which is in Gomti district. According to this journalist, it was attacked by certain fringe elements, and it had a part of it was gutted in those cases. They claimed on their social media post that there was a half-burned piece of Quran in those places, and while it is not substantiated whether the Quran is genuine or not, they claim that this Quran is actually a piece of evidence that there certain attacks had taken place. The police, Tripura police in this case, is telling us that the instance of this half-burnt Quran have been coming up in several accounts. The recent visit of Delhi-based lawyers who came to visit Tripura in the aftermath of these violences as part of this group called Lawyers for Democracy had cited this semi-burnt Quran. Certain religious institutions, religious groups which visited Tripura to assess the situation also raised this point of the semi-burnt Quran, but the semi-burnt Quran is not yet available to the police. The police says this piece of evidence is elusive, and the Tripura police has claimed that this whole point of the this discourse of criminal conspiracy and fake news is emanating from the point that this semi-burnt Quran, which has not come to the Tripura police's possession, and the investigating officers have not been able to trace it so far, is somehow still available to these journalists and lawyers who are coming and raising these points. The case at Unakoti district was temporarily addressed by these journalists, as the police station served them a notice under Article 41A of the CRPC and instructed them to be present in front of the police station by the next 7 days. The journalists assured they would be coming back with the lawyer, and they were on their way back to Delhi. But the second case registered at Gomti district in Kakraban police station involved implicated them directly of having potential of having certain connivance with certain groups which might be trying to destabilize law and order. And since their mention of this semi-burnt Quran, which they posted on their social media accounts, is something that the police says they are interested to know the details of. The police told them, apparently what we know from the Tripura police, the police told them to discuss with officials available at Agartala, which is the state capital of Tripura, before going back to Delhi. However, the journalists at the last moment they changed their travel plan, and we found them. They were traveling through a car to Silchar in Assam, and reports are coming that they were supposed to actually travel back to Delhi through the Silchar. However, this journalists who were actually detained at Assam were detained in connection with the case of Gomati district registered at Kakraban police station, where these two journalists are charged with criminal conspiracy, spreading fake news, and with using false evidence. Assam police has categorically, informed. Karimganj SP Padmanabha Badua has informed us that the Assam police does not have any case against these two journalists, but they were detained at the request of the Tripura police because there is a case pending here in Tripura. Later in the night, last night, we saw that a team of Tripura police went to bring these two journalists back to Tripura, but they declined to come back because it is already past 6 in the evening, and there are certain guidelines for bringing women under police custody at the time. A second team of Tripura police went with a a special court permission or a warrant, so to say. And these two journalists were brought back. They were arrested later in the night, and they brought back to Tripura. Right now, as we are talking, they are they are being held at under the custody of the Radha Kishorpur police station in Gomti district, Udaipur, which is in the southern part of Tripura, and they are likely to be produced before a local court in Gomti district sometime today. The charges are not yet known, but perhaps we'll be able to later on give a better view of the facts as the things transpire.
ওরা বলেছে যে মসজিদ বিভিন্ন জায়গায় পুড়িয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে, অ্যাটাক হয়েছে, বিভিন্ন জায়গায় দোকানপাট ভাঙচুর হয়েছে, আগুন লাগিয়ে দেওয়া হয়েছে, কোনো এক জায়গায় পোড়ানো পুড়ে গেছে। এইগুলিকে গভর্নমেন্ট কমপ্লেন হিসাবে এফআইআর করেছে, বলেছে এগুলি করা হয়েছে কমিউনাল হেট্রেড ক্রিয়েট করার জন্য বিভিন্ন সম্প্রদায়ের মধ্যে। এগুলি হলো আউট অফ ইমাজিনেশন, ধারণার থেকে বলেছে, কাল্পনিক। কিন্তু যে এলিগেশনটা করেছে সেটার মধ্যে এমন কিছু নেই যেটার থেকে ইনফার করা যায়, বা তারা যে পোস্টগুলি করেছে সেখানে তারা কমিউনাল হেট্রেড সৃষ্টি করার জন্য বা বিভিন্ন কমিউনিটির মধ্যে একটা হিংসা ছড়ানোর জন্য, ঘৃণা ছড়ানোর জন্য তাদের এই ফেসবুক করেছিল। এইরকম কিছু নেই, কমপ্লিটলি অ্যাবসেন্ট কিছু না। উদাহরণ আমি কোর্টকে বলেছি, কোর্ট শুনেছেন, আমি বলেছি যে ধারা এফআইআর এর ভিত্তিতে যে ধারা ওনারা প্রয়োগ করেছেন 153, 154, 120B and other section, এগুলি কোনো ভিত্তি নেই। এগুলি এফআইআর কন্টেন্টস ডু নট কনস্টিটিউট এনি অফেন্স, এনি সাচ অফেন্স। সুতরাং তাদেরকে ডিটেনশন করাটা এটা একটা বদ উদ্দেশ্য করেছে। জাস্ট নাও লন্ডন চিফ জুডিশিয়াল ম্যাজিস্ট্রেট signed the order. I have gone through the order. Court was pleased to release them on bail on execution of a bond of ₹70,000 of one surety, and to appear before the tomorrow at any time. That is the condition of it.